Hello, everybody. Good morning. Super excited to be here with every single one of you. Thank you for your patience. We have the kids are here with us, and we have them in summer camp. So we were dropping them off in a summer camp, which they're very excited to be a part of, actually. So now I just got home and excited to be here with every single one of you. So good morning, everybody. I see you guys came here ready to learn, ready to make this happen. Hey, Sarah, good morning. Good morning, guys. Hey, good morning. Super excited to be here. Good morning, Ashley Myers. How are you? Hey, Corey, how are you? Amber, good morning. Hey, Patricia, good morning. Patricia Ramirez, that's a good name. Peace. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanna share with you that a little bit about what has transpired in my life, and I can tell you that from experience, I've 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 learned to change perspectives in my life that has helped me in so many different levels. And one of the perspectives that has really um, helped me out in so many different areas is a perspective of gratitude. Just being grateful for and operating in that state, being grateful for even for the little things, you know. Just only it was only less than 110, 120 years ago, we were in a horse and buggy. You know, uh to get to uh my I dropped off my kids at a at a summer camp, and guess what? That summer camp is it's only about maybe 10 miles away. But what would it how long if we were still a horse and buggy, I would have to get up at 4 a.m. to get there at the right time. Uh, we would have to the traveling would have been a little bit more difficult, get the horse ready, pack the buggy. And so it and sometimes we find ourselves in an air conditioning car in traffic, right? And we forget to say, hey, it could be a hot summer day, and we could be in traffic in a horse and buggy. I know it's silly what I'm talking about, but ultimately, I'm joking, of course, but ultimately, I'm also being very serious at the same time. The gratitude makes a feast out of a meal. That when you operate from a place of gratitude, and you're grateful that you have an opportunity, you give it away you give it away differently. So the question is, I always ask my leaders, especially in the Latin team, when I talk to them, that were here not too long ago, and I asked them the question, hey, how are you giving how are you giving vital health away? Are you giving a vital health away with so much gratitude that you're part of this business, that you're part of this organization, and you're part of a mission that is bigger than yourself? Or are you giving it away in a way that maybe it's a begging, maybe you're doing something that maybe it's a it's something that is just a small business, or you giving it away with something that I'm so grateful to have this opportunity that I cannot wait to share it with you. Because and it's interesting because gratitude, you can depression and gratitude cannot operate the same space. Did you know that? It's like water and oil. They can't mix. When if I'm ever upset at someone, I just start thinking about all the amazing things they do and how grateful I am to have them in my life, and immediately my state changes. I can change my state with gratitude. And I do it all the time. I do it in my relationship with Brooke. I do it in my relationship with my business partners. I do it in my relationship. I just think about this. I'm like, and sometimes in my life, even when things are happening, you know, sometimes our expectations are not met. That's just life, right? When expectations are not met, it creates suffering within us because like we expected something didn't go the way we wanted. Suffering comes through because we had those expectations. For some people, that suffering might be a minute. For some people, that suffering might be 2 weeks or maybe 10 years. There's something that happened 10 years ago, and we're we're still thinking about it and suffering that experience, that expectation. But when those things happen, and when in my life, and when I'm in a moment where I it's not happening my way, where maybe I had an expectation of a business partner, or I have expectations of the back office working properly, you know, or anything like that. I I start thinking to myself personally, hey, listen, David, and talk to myself. I was like, there's people right now in the hospital, laying down on the bed at this very moment. That's a reality for someone. There's people right now in a prison in Venezuela. That's a reality right now for someone. There's someone right now living in Iran that just, or in Israel, they are having missiles, and then when they wake up in the morning, they worry about that. That's a reality for those people. There's people right now and living in Africa that has no food, and or they're living, maybe even slaves living in a cage, because that's a reality for some people. There are some people right now mining the batteries that come from everywhere, and that's a reality for people. And yet we're here we are in front of a computer, no missiles flying at us, no one telling us what to do as a form of slavery. Our health, we have both arms, two legs. You have, I mean, think about if you woke up this morning. 1 million people didn't wake up this morning. Think about that. That means that if you woke up, great, but you have people you love. Did they wake up this morning? That's great. That's a great day, isn't it? So when I'm feeling that, I'm feeling depressed, or I feel depression coming in because my expectations were not met, or I immediately use the power of my will and consciousness to redirect my focus, what I'm focusing on. And I start thinking, and I start playing scenarios in my head. These type of scenarios that I just mentioned. I was like, that's a reality for people. People right now are experiencing those decisions they made. And I tell you that this is how you get things done. This is how you get yourself out of a state that maybe you don't want to be, because no, the old cliche story is real, right? Whatever is happening to you, there's always someone with a worse story, right? That's cliche. My mother used to tell me when I was a child, my mother used to tell me, David, eat your food. There's people in Africa right now. There's people around the world that have no food. Anybody else? Any mom use that one on you? Yeah, I used it on me, and I didn't really. At that time there was no internet, right? So I really never seen that before. So for me, it was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. As a child, you just don't internalize this, but as an individual, as an adult now, yeah, your grandmother used that in your house, yeah. So just people not here. So I want to give you this. Just a reminder. That's all. Because sometimes it's not about learning new things, is it? It's just about being reminded about what we already know. That's what life is about. And I want to remind you that there's opportunities of gratitude in every corner of your life. No matter whether you have $1 in your bank account. I'm telling you, the guy from Venezuela in jail would trade places with you in a heartbeat for you to be out of jail and have that $1 in his bank account. He would trade places in a heartbeat. That person in the hospital with all your problems, with all your issues, with all your stresses that you currently are experiencing, that person in the hospital, they would trade places with you. How about the obituary? Look at if you look at the obituary. I mean, it's very easily. I mean, one of my favorite authors, Mandino. You ever heard of him? Mandino. Go find some of his books. Mandino. And Mandino used to say that Yeah, he has this great, and he's an amazing. He's almost a poet when it comes to his words when he talks about he says that if you ever have a bad day, go do that. Go look at the obituaries and start reading obituaries. And then what you need to do is go out there and think to yourself and say, hey, any one of these people would trade places with me immediately. Any one of them. So again, it's gratitude is with this space. So you got to think about all the blessings that you have. You got to think about all the things, and then that's the only time I promote comparing. By the way, that's the only time. Other than that, I tell people never compare yourself. Never compare yourself. But I would tell you compare your life and compare with those with less fortune and see how blessed you really are. How your loved one is right now next to you, or how their how your parents are still here, how your children are with you. Man, there I was just I just got the word of a very very sad story of a little girl that drowned. And she was 4 years old. She drowned in the bathtub, and the mother had was she was busy, and she wasn't she was and it happened. I mean, that's like that's horrible. So I'm sorry, it's a little boy that drowned in a bathtub. I mean, can you? I mean, I cannot. That right there just breaks my heart when I hear that. That changes everything, in that experience. And God, and I'm praying for that for the mother. She was an affiliate with us. I pray for her. But guys, uh, hug your loved ones. Tell the person that you love most and the loved ones, and let them know how grateful you are for them, how they are, how no matter what happens and no matter what's happening, I'm just so grateful for you. And change that feeling. Change that feeling of uh of of frustration. Change the feeling of anger. Change the feeling of the expectations they were not able to meet, and just hug them and just tell them how much you love them, and let them know that, hey, I'm so happy that we're here together and we're working together. This right here changes everything, guys. Changes the state you're in an incredible way. I'm excited about this, guys. I'm excited about the fact that we have an amazing company. Give me just a second, guys. I apologize. So I my message to you is that it's like today, as you're walking throughout your day, operate in a state of gratitude. Be grateful for every step that you have. Be grateful for every step that you're able to take with the feet that work. I mean, I was in a wheelchair for 6 months. Did I ever tell you guys that? Uh, and I found a new form of gratitude. I was like, whoa, walking is the shit. I love it. I love walking. And oh man, being able to take a shower standing up, oh, that's where it's at, guys. Oh, being able to go to and you have to have strong arms when you're in a wheelchair. So I was fit in that from that aspect, but taking a bath, I was like, whoa, getting out of the shower, using the toilet. Ooh, that's an experience when you have no when your legs don't work. Um, you know, everything, dressing yourself, that's an experience too when your legs don't work. And I'm telling you, I found a new form of gratitude for my feet, a new form of gratitude. So I share this with you because I want you to put things into perspective. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Yes, don't they? So today, go out there and write down and think about, even think about it. Maybe take 2 or 3 minutes and just close your eyes and think about all the wonderful things that's happening in your life and how grateful you are for having. You're not in jail. You're not in the hospital. Your legs work, and there's your family still with you. You woke up this morning and operate from this state, from a straight state of gratitude. Wake up in the morning tomorrow and do the same thing. Just how grateful. Hey, I woke up. That's a smile on your face, baby. To do that, just for waking up, and go out there and operate from this state, guys. I believe that this makes a difference in your life. I believe that no matter what happening in your life, if you can change your state, just because things are not happening the way you want it to happen doesn't mean it has to touch you. It doesn't have to affect you just because they don't happen the way you want it. And you have the will and the choice to make, and you can make that choice. And the choice is, I'm going to choose to practice gratitude in this position. I'm going to choose to be look at all the great things this company is doing for me, all the opportunities I have, and all the things that I have within my life that I'm just gonna that I take for granted in so many ways. I took my legs for granted. I just thought, hey, that's my legs. I just have them. But when they were taken away for 6 months and I was in a wheelchair because both my feet were broken, that was an experience. So let's go out there and make it happen, guys. This is a short message. I have not, I have, but I want you to really think about these things. Think on these things. I think it'll be, I think it's a great way to operate your life. So love every single one of you guys. Thank you very much for being here. And James, thank you very much. I'll pass it back to you, sir. No, wow. Or maybe I just close it out. Yeah, I'll just close it out, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day. And let's yeah, I like that. Let's go out there and make it happen, guys. Thank you very much. Great.